Hi everyone, Brendan Ziolo here again. In our second video in the Get Found series, I want to cover on a kind of the flip side of the media strategy we talked about last time, and that's your content strategy. Now you may wonder why I'm talking about content in a Get Found series, but at the end of the day, when prospects find you, want to learn more about you, content is absolutely critical. So you can't run a marketing campaign with media only. You need content, and you can't build content and not promote it using a media strategy. So the two clearly go hand in hand. When it comes to content, once again, I like to use a framework I've discovered that's called the Hero Hub Help Framework. This was created by YouTube before it was even bought by Google, and it was really based around videos and how you should approach video marketing. But it's been adapted much more broadly like that, and I personally think it can apply to any type of content. For the hero content, you're really looking to build these big, high-profile anchor pieces that really draw attention, really communicate a thought-provoking message, and it can be anything from research to articles to other thought leadership pieces. On the hub side, this is more regular publishing of content, so it could be blogs that are published on a monthly basis. It could be new ebooks through time or white papers. It could just be different landing pages, different types of format around specific topics. And then the help content is really when we get into product content. So this could be collateral, presentations, but also results-driven product content. So case studies are crucial here. And the help content really looks to answer the buyer's questions as they try and make a final decision. Once again, I look to take that framework and really map the content we're going to create along the buyer's journey. So once again, I like awareness, engagement, and conversion. Everyone may use different labels here, but the concept is what's important. And how I look at the content and what we should be creating is, I start with the audience questions. What are they asking that you need to answer so you can continue to move them along the journey and also convince them that you're the right solution. So in the early phases of awareness, they have a problem they know, but they're probably looking for how can they solve it. They're looking for the technologies or approaches that work. Under the engagement phase, they're starting to look at which companies offer solutions that could help me, what's available to me out there, and then how are these solutions different. And then in the last page on the conversion, they want to not only understand how your product works, but also who else has done it, what are some of the results they've received or achieved. Once you have this mapped out and understand the questions, then I would go back to the framework to look for what types of content you want to produce. Hero really works well for awareness. You need to get that initial attention. You need to stand out from the crowd, and you want this to be thought leadership and educational driven. You're not looking for product content at this point. And there's a lot of different formats. It could be articles, you could be doing presentations at conferences, it could be a video series, kind of like we're doing right now. And there's also other things you can do with research, as a lot of people like that and like to see the data around things. On the engagement front, you really want to start to focus and build out your hub. So you're looking at, getting on the buyer shortlist. You want to be considered. So this is a mix of educational and solution content. It's not deep product content, but how do you solve this problem? How is your approach different, and how can you educate the market? Again, this could be a lot of different formats. It could be white papers, could be webinars, ebooks. There's lots of different formats, and a lot of that depends on what your audience is interested in and how they consume things. And again, what you're building content-wise needs to make sense for the media you've selected as well. So in the next video, we're going to combine these two and you see how they work together. And then last but not least, in the conversion phase, this is where you're really getting into product content. You need to answer all those final questions to convince them you're really the way to go. And this could be everything from product collateral and FAQs to sales presentations. Demos are big here as well. And then, as I said, you want to prove that others have done this and they've achieved great results. So case studies, any and all case studies are gold, and you want to make sure you invest in them here. So hopefully this helps you look at content from a different perspective and how it aligns with the media, and helps you really build out a successful integrated marketing